Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 battle. This is going to be me and Cyril bringing Bretonnia, and we are facing off against the Wood Elves and Chaos. For my army here, I have a front line of Spearmen, Damsel, Peasant Bows, 4 Knights of the Realm, 3 Grail Knights, and King Llewellyn Leon Kerr. Now, the reason why I have my knights set up this way is because I thought the enemy may do a split formation. So, one person would deploy over here on this hill, the other one would deploy on this hill. I was going to run my knights straight up the middle and then just going to go like bloom, 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 So I was going to be like Knights of the Realm, Knights of the Realm, Grail Knight, Knights of the Realm, That's what the initial plan and why I have them in this long formation. That's what that was. But obviously the enemy did not deploy that way, so I'm not going to use them that way. It's a bummer because I wanted it to look cool. Anyway, for Cyril's force here, we have fully upgraded Spearmen at Arms, a Damsel, multiple Peasant Bows, and then 5 Paladins, and then a generic Bretonnian Lord with a healing potion. For the Wood Elves, we have a Forest Dragon off in the, forest over there. We have Eternal Guard, multiple Treekin, a front line of Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, 3 Chaos Warriors, this is the Chaos player. 3 Chaos Warriors, 2 Forsaken, 2 Aspiring Champions, Kolek Sun Eater. We have a Glade Lord, I believe that is the female, the female version. And then over here on the hilltop, 2 Chosen with Halberds and another Aspiring Champion, 3 Hell Cannons, and then off in the forest, 3 Wild Riders with shields. You can see that the allied troop count is much higher than the enemy's because we brought a lot of peasants and knights. It seems like the enemy kind of brought a more elite army, especially with the 3 Hell Cannons. So seeing their formation immediately, I am going to be like, well, let's just go this way. Because the plan is we charge up through the middle, we force their Glade Guard back here, and then our Knights will just come in and just ride them down is my initial plan. I did not know these Wild Riders are here, but my army is also going to be advancing on these 3 Hell Cannons. They're going to be backed up by the Peasant Bows. I think King Llewellyn is going to go over here, and then Cyril's going to be coming up like this way. He immediately is going to fly his hero death squad, his goon squad here, into this forest dragon, which has no chance at all because it's not going to be backed up by these Glade Guard because they're too far away at this point. Well, actually, they're firing at me was one of the problems. The Wild Riders came out of the forest briefly, and it seems like my opponent forgot to micro them again. And so I'm just going to charge him with our Spearmen and start hitting them with the Peasant Bows. I'm also going to get King Llewellyn nearby. Meanwhile, my 4 Knights of the Realm and 3 Grail Knights are getting behind the enemy, and you can see they haven't really changed their formation yet, so I was like, but it's also probably because Cyril hasn't actually moved up his spear line yet. But I'm just waiting for them to move back, and seeing that they're not going to do that, by the way, we're just kind of destroying these Wild Riders because they were not microed after they were pulled out of the forest. So we ran into the spears, chasing with King Llewellyn, and all these Peasant Bows are firing at him. So right here, I'm actually going to move some of our Knights down this little hill here. So we're going to have Knights in behind and in front of them. And you can see I'm just going to be riding these Glade Guard down with the Knights of the Realm. And then these Glade Guard are going to start pulling back, where I have multiple Grail Knights and more Knights of the Realm waiting for them as well. Here comes Cyril's army. He's going to be marching up. And I'm just still dealing with these Wild Riders who, I guess they were too busy microing their Forest Dragon, which is very unfortunate because I just basically killed all these Wild Riders for almost free. Except for this one. That one ran into my Peasant Bows, but we have Spearmen and King Llewellyn. We're going to terrify them and run them off. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get some kind of spears over here to shut down these Hell Cannons. Again, I have my Knights just kind of waiting because I do not want to charge into Chosen with Halberds. That seems like a very bad idea. Meanwhile, the other Knights of the Realm, and I think a Grail Knight is coming over here. They are dealing with these Glade Guard over here, and then the rest of my Knights are back here waiting to get these Glade Guard who are running through the lines and trying to seek asylum back here. Meanwhile, Cyril's Goon Squad is just chasing the Glade Lord down. They have really no chance against so many heroes, like no chance at all. My Spearmen are going to be in here dealing with Chosen and Aspiring Champions, which is not a fight you really want them to win or be in. But again, I just want to try and silence the Hell Cannons. My Peasant Bows are finishing off the Wild Riders, and you can see King Llewellyn is coming over here. He chased off these Wild Riders almost near to the edge of the map. He's going to be brought back up here to, I believe, deal with the Hell Cannons or other targets. I did not put him on hero seeking duty because Cyril kind of had that covered with his squad. Glade Guard update, you can see that they are not really protected back here because, again, I have a lot of Knights. I have just too many Knights, and they don't have enough forces to keep them busy, so we're just doing charges after charges. I still have free Knights over here, just waiting to charge in. Meanwhile, the Chaos Warriors and what is left of the Wood Elf Treekin are going to charge into Cyril's army, including their Kolek Sun Eater, who is just getting pelted and destroyed by the multiple bows here. Kolek is not really good at taking bow fire, and also I'm going to be firing into the flanks of the Chaos Warriors with great weapons to try and help that fight with Cyril. We can have Curse of the Midnight Wind being dropped down there. I think the Glade Lord is already dead or routed off the field. The Glade Guards have all been mostly destroyed by my Knight charges. You see that there are some Chosen getting in here, some Spearmen, but I decided this was an okay sacrifice to kind of just keep these people pinned down, because it frees up the rest of my knights to just finish cleaning up their Glade Guard. And now some of my Grail Knights, along with Surreal's Goon Squad, is over here to assist my Spearmen against the Hell Cannons, and so we're now shutting them down. And again, my Peasant Bowmen are just firing into the backsides of these Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Another Curse of the Midnight Wind. Both me and Surreal were dropping those on this fight to make sure that the Spearmen could hold against those Chaos Warriors. And just back here doing more cycle charging over the entire Wood Elf army. King Lewin is over here fighting a Hell Cannon. Honestly, like, Surreal's Goon Squad didn't leave many, like, really great targets for King Lewin to snipe, so I just had him kind of supporting the Spearmen in this fight. And as you can see, my Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights still just kind of rampaging all over the field, still charging into Glade Guard here, and they just can't be stopped. Like, Chosen with halberds are really strong, but they're very slow, so, like, you can kind of just not fight them, although I guess these Grail Knights are fighting them because they can't move through them. The frontline fight here against Surreal's forces is not doing too well for the Chaos because, again, there's just so many peasants firing into the backsides. They are heavily armored, but so many arrows are eventually just going to whittle you down, and along with the aspiring champions, so they are eventually going to break. Kolek Sun Eater died quite a long time ago, I believe, or was routed off the field due to all the archer fire. And now here come more of my Knights down here to try and I was just about ready to do some rear charges, because my Knights were pretty busy just destroying the Glade Guard back here, but I was finally getting set up to try and do hammer and anvil charges. But at this point, all of these people are now routing off the field, leaving only the Hell Cannons remaining on the field because they are unbreakable. And so that is going to be another quick 2v2. With Surreal's Goon Squad and then all my Knights, they just had a really tough time. And the Miss Micro here just killed them. Running the 3 Wild Riders, which I didn't even know they had, right out here in the front of all my Spearmen, and then I guess going off to micro something else so I could just charge them and hit them with my Peasant Bows was just... that was a bad call. It's a bad call. But miss micro happens all the time. I make mistakes all the time, and unfortunately for that player, they made a pretty huge mistake with that one. The 3 Wild Riders, I don't know if they could have been able to deal with all of my Knights, because Knights are pretty strong against Wild Riders, but they at least could have probably threatened my Peasant Bows and Surreal's Peasant Bows, because all my Knights are basically tied up over here. So if they had managed to just kind of sneak behind the spear lines, which they're pretty fast, they could do, they can in theory wipe out all of our Peasant Bows like that. The Wild Riders are pretty good at crushing low armor targets like Peasant Bows. But again, unfortunately, they just kind of forgot them here, and I was able to take advantage of that mistake and, well, kill them. It's really sad to see, because I really like Wild Riders, so I don't like... Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. Let's take a look at the kill screen. I don't think King Lewin did too much. Yeah, only 24 kills. Again, like, I usually send him against, like, squishy targets, squishy lords and stuff, but they were all taken care of by Surreal's Goon Squad, so he was just taking care of Wild Riders and Hell Cannons for the most part in that. Damsel was out of combat, as she should be. Well, I mean, you could send her into combat here and there. Spear Line did what they did. The Peasant Bows, again, did what they did. I did lose Knights of the Realm here, but you can see we racked up a decent amount of kills with all of our Knights, and all of those are mostly Glade Guard. I tried to do my best to try and get away from Chosen and the Spears, but, I mean, you know, we got caught here and there. For Madame's Prime, we have 7 kills on Kolek because he just got focused down so hard. The Aspiring Champions did okay. The Forsaken also got focused down pretty hard. And then the Chaos... I mean, it's just there were so many Peasant Bows. And since their Wild Riders were destroyed and the Hell Cannons were being taken up by the Spears and then King Lewin, they just couldn't handle that much of a focus fire. And that was another big part that killed them. And the Chosen, though, 103 kills. They racked up a ton of kills against my Spearmen. As... you would expect. These guys are chosen with halberds. Like, they're one of the toughest... well... yeah, they're one of the toughest units in the game, I guess. Very expensive, though. Very, very expensive. But again, good games to our opponents, Maximus Prime and Gannibal Lecter. Huh, I see what you did there. Let's go watch a cinematic view. These Spearmen are about to eat some Hell Cannons. Yeah, they don't like that. Not sure why I moved back here. Against this kind of army, you should probably just charge. Maybe I was waiting for like my Knights to get closer into position. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But like, yeah, because then I immediately just charged it back up the field. Anyway, here come those Wild Riders. Bretonia's release is right around the corner. February... what's the date? February... end of February? I can't remember. Oh, it's in February. Have they even announced a date besides February? Anyway, someone will tell me. And here we go, changing direction, and into the Glade Guard. You're too late, Shuriken. You're too late. Oh man, I got netted. I didn't even notice that in the fight. Lowest tier troop versus one of the highest tier troop. Let's see how this goes. Jeez. Spire Champions just really cool. Knights of the Rim! Get him! God, the knights are everywhere! Man, Kolek had no chance. There's just too many arrows. He has really low armor for the Legendary Lord. He looks super tanky, but he has a lot of hit points. It's not, oh god. It's not high armor. Yeah, that's right. I'm charging Chosen with halberds here. Actually, I was charging the Glade Guard, but the Chosen are just kind of mixed in there. That Goon Squad, though, so powerful. It's pretty disgusting. Well, that's not even a charge. That's a casual stroll, Real Nice. What is this? There you go. I think these troops are actually just routing through here. Yeah, they are. And that is basically the game. Cyril just did surgical strikes against all of their leadership. Well, except for Kolek, but kind of ran into his own tomb there. But besides that, he sniped all the other big creatures with his goon squad. I took out all their archers with all my cav, and it was just too much for them to bear. But again, Bretonnia's release is just around the corner. Looking forward to that. I don't know if there's any, like, posts or anything saying what units they're getting quite yet. I know they released that screenshot like a month or two back now. That was just like a screenshot of in-game showing, I think, like, dismounted knights of some kind, maybe? Maybe Grail Pilgrims, I can't remember. But anyway, look forward to a lot of Bretonnian games in the near future when they are released officially. And until then, well, I guess until the next episode, I will see you then. Hope you have a great day. Take care.